Welcome to this Yin Yoga class where we will be focusing on our hips. So in Yin Yoga we are holding the postures much longer than in a normal Hatha Yoga class. We are holding for longer minutes. So we have to be really aware to avoid injury. So please always try to take the posture first with an 80% of the stretch. So try to keep some space, like a 20%, for your own safety. As the body opens, you can go deeper and adjust the pose. Just be mindful. You might need props for this practice. What I recommend, and if you have, is a bolster, or instead of a bolster you can use a blanket that you roll up. A thicker blanket would be probably better, or 2 pillows can work as well. And you need an extra blanket and maybe 2 blocks or 2 books. So please come into a comfortable seated position, and you can sit on something to elevate the hips. You can come into a cross-legged seat and just balancing the weight between both sitting bones. Closing the eyes here, lengthening the spine on an inhale, and on an exhale bringing the attention to the tailbone. And now just scan the body with your awareness and try to sense if there is any tension. And just noticing. And then bringing the attention to the breath. Notice the gentle and slow flow of the air through the nostrils. Notice that you're inhaling cooler air and exhaling warmer air. Try to convert the length of your inhales equal to the length of your exhales. Without creating any tension. Keeping the spine elongated. And the shoulders relaxed. The lower back relaxed. And the hips relaxed. Now bring the hands to heart center into prayer. take a note for yourself that throughout this practice you will try to keep your awareness on the breath and respect your body's boundaries. And slowly bring your hands onto your knees and start moving with your upper body in a circle. You can start in any direction. Slow circles. And then you can come in a wider space, drawing bigger circles. And as you come forward, you can slightly arch the back. As you come back, you can round the spine. As you come forward, inhale. And as you come back, exhale. And you can do big circles. And then to the other side, start small. You can grow the circles. Slightly arching the back as you come forward and round as you come back. And then come back to center. Now, come onto your hands and knees. Take a wide stance with your knees. Big toes are touching each other and sit back. Lengthen the arms forward into child's pose. So, in the case that you are not able to place your forehead down, you can use something to place under, either a block or pillow or even a blanket. You can do that. And if there is a space between the legs, you can place maybe a rolled blanket under your knees to provide some support. So we are spending here a longer time. Make sure that it's really comfortable for you. So wherever you are in this posture, scan the whole body to check for any tension, anywhere where you feel that the muscles work. Try to relax that area. You can use the help of the exhales to fully relax. In Yin Yoga, we work with the connective tissue, ligaments, bones, and joints. So we try to fully relax the muscles to be able to enter these spaces, these areas.
conscious breath, we are able to release energetic blockages, anything that doesn't serve us anymore. Try to guide the breath always into that area where you feel tension. Three more breaths in this pose. Taking deep and long breaths. And then slowly looking up and walking the hands towards the body. If you used anything under your knees, place it away. Bringing the knees to center, bringing the hands to the thighs and closing the eyes for a moment, checking for the sensations of the body, the effects of the previous pose. And then slowly opening the eyes, preparing for our next pose, the frog pose. So you will open the knees wide, really wide. You can place the palms in front of you and you can turn towards the length of the mat. I will show you from the side. You can also use here something under your knees if they are weak or if they are delicate. So you want to really walk further out, but only to the 80% of your stretch, so you're not going into the full range of motion. Find that 80%, stop there, and you can turn your feet outwards. So the lower leg and the thighs are like in a 90 degree. Yeah, so you're bringing the hips and the knees in one line. So if your hips are too back or too much at the front, try to bring it back to center. And you can stay on the palms or you can come down on your forearms. So choose the variation that is best for you. You can even close your eyes here. Connecting back to the breath. anchoring into the flow of the breath. And guiding it into our target area, into the inside hips. Always checking your mind if there are any thoughts coming in. If you catch yourself in a story, try to bring yourself back to the breath, back into the body. Just make sure that your muscles are relaxed. Only those muscles are working that are holding the posture. So maybe your body opened up a little bit. In this case, you can try to separate your knees a little bit wider, but not going into the 100%. Keeping some space left for safety. So if anytime there is sharp pain, or maybe you feel your body, some part of your body numb, that's not a good sign. In that case, you should come out of the pose or back up a little bit. If there is tension, we can work with the breath, we can work the yin yoga. Always listening to your body. Three more breaths in this pose. Deep inhales and long exhales. And when you're ready, slowly coming up on your hands, very slowly bringing your knees and lower legs back to center, mindfully. And then sitting back on the heels, you can take your prop away, closing the eyes, and just noticing the result, the effect of the previous pose. And slowly opening the eyes. Bring the lower legs to the side, sit back, then lengthening the legs in front of you. And you will be practicing either deer pose or swan pose. So deer is the easier version. I'll show you first. Bringing the right leg back. So the thigh and the front of your mat are parallel to each other. And the thigh and lower leg are in a 90-degree. So the same thing here in the front. The lower leg is parallel to the front of the mat and to your right thigh. So slightly turning the upper body forward. So you can either stay here, this can be it, and maybe if it's needed, you can place a pillow or folded blanket under the left knee, or you can stay without and try to walk to the front. You might just stay on your palms, walking even more forward, or you can use a bolster, or you can use the blocks and place the forearms on top and fold from there. Yeah, so you're taking a variation that is still not the full range of motion, not the full stretch. And scanning the body. Relaxing the muscles. You can even close your eyes. And start to work with the breath. Guiding the breath now into the outer hip. So if you're taking swan, then just bending the left knee, bringing the lower leg close in and straightening the right knee behind. So in this case also, you might want to sit on something. If your hips are not touching the ground, it's better that you put something under. Yeah, so you can stay up here or maybe use something for support for your lower arms, or if you are more open, coming down onto your forearms. So we are not taking the deepest version yet. Same here, relaxing the muscles of the legs, the feet, and guiding the breath into the outer left hip. If If you took swan and you have a sensation in the knee, in the front knee, then better you come out and take the easier version, deer pose. If you want to go deeper, you can try to come lower down. If you were on your hands, come down on the forearms. Or if you had blocks under the forearms, you can try to take them away. Or you can try to come down totally and place the forehead on your hands, relaxing the shoulders as well. And this might be very deep, so make sure that you are in the present moment. Make sure you're using your breath, using the exhales to let go. Three more breaths in this pose. And slowly coming out, very gently, taking the props away, sitting back to the side if you were in swan, just bringing the legs forward, straightening them, place the hands behind you, lean back, relax your legs, close the eyes and just check for the rebound. You might have a physical sensation, emotional or energetic. Just take note, be aware. And slowly opening the eyes and repeat the same on the other side. You can choose deer, where you have right lower leg, left thigh, and the front of the mat parallel to each other, and the back leg is in 90-degree angle. So slightly turning the upper body forward. Use the prop maybe under your right knee, or you can come forward with your hands and maybe use blocks or bolster either under the hands or under the forearms, leaning forward. And if this is too much right now, then back off a little bit, and then later on try to come more forward. So as the body opens, we can move a little bit deeper in. So our two sides can be very different. If this is the case, you can try a different pose. So either deer or swan. Here also, if you have something under your right hip that gives you better support, and also choose how you hold your arms, maybe coming onto the forearms, relaxing the neck, relaxing the muscles of the legs, the feet. Just scan the body. Make sure you're not holding any extra muscle work. I'm guiding the breath into the right outer hip. Just allow your body to sink deeper into the pose as the body releases. You can stay here or you can go a bit deeper if your body opened up a little bit. So maybe you take away the prop from under your hip, or you might even take the forehead down onto the hands, or just try to come on the forearms if you were leaning on your palms. And as you're using your breath to let go, just notice how your body gently and slowly melts into the mat. Three more breaths in this pose. And slowly pushing yourself up. Slowly roll to the side. If you were in swan, bringing the legs forward, straightening the legs, relax them, lean back, close your eyes and just notice the sensations. Slowly opening the eyes, bringing the lower legs to the side, planting the palms in front of you, and step back into downward dog. So this is a more relaxed downward facing dog. You can bend the knees, have the legs soft. Just take a few breaths here. Let your head hang. And step forward with your right foot between the hands. You can place left knee down on the floor, or you can place a blanket under the knee. That's an option, so choose if that's necessary for you. And you can walk your foot to the outer edge of your mat. You can plant the palms on the mat, or you can use the blocks, or you can use the bolster as well. And if you want to go a little bit further from here, you can try to bring your right foot to the outer edge. So this is an option. And you can have your back foot, the toes curled under, or you can place the foot down. So choose the variation that's better for you in dragon pose. Maybe you can even come onto the forearms, either on the blocks, on the prop, or on the mat if that's not your 100%. So try to keep some space. Now guide the breath into those areas where you feel the stretch, where you feel tension. If there is work in your right glute, just notice and relax with an exhale. If you need to adjust something, maybe you went too far, you can come higher up, back onto your hands, or you can place the foot down. So you can always back off a little bit if it's needed. We are spending more time in these postures, so make sure that you avoid injury. If you feel that your body opened and you want to go further, you can also do that. Maybe come down totally on the forearms on the mat. We will take 3 more breaths here. And slowly push yourself up. Curl the back toes under, step back with your right leg, and exhale, push yourself up into downward facing dog. And just notice both sides of your hips and compare the sensations of each side. And then step forward with your left foot, first between the hands, placing right knee down on something as support if it's needed. And walk your left foot to the outer edge of the mat. You can place blocks under your hands, under the shoulders. And if you want to choose, you can bring your foot, the front foot, to the outer edge. You can have the back toes curled under, or you can place the foot down. And if you want to come even lower, you can use the props. Bring your forearms down, and you can use any height if you have a block. And just play with it and choose whichever is best for you at this moment. Guide your breath into the tension. And also notice if there are images or thoughts coming and going into your mind. Try to catch them. Try to let them go. Exhale them out. Come back to the present moment, to your breath. If you want to come lower, you can maybe flip the blocks on a lower level, or you can just take them away, come down on the forearms. You can always back up a little bit if it's needed. We will take 3 more breaths here. Then slowly pushing yourself up, coming out of the pose mindfully, step back, and on an exhale, push yourself up into downward dog. Have both knees bent, relax the neck, Just notice the sensations that you achieved with the previous pose. Slowly bringing the knees down. Sit back and you can take the blanket away and place either a bolster or maybe a block or thicker blanket that's folded across, and you would like to place the sacrum onto it, on top of it, and slowly lean back. Or you can just lean back first, bend the knees and pull the prop under. So you really want to have it under the sacrum instead of the lower back. Try to avoid the lower back, and you can have the arms by your side and just lifting the legs up. Lift the legs up, have them very soft, so you don't need to straighten. Just hold. You can close your eyes here. And just really let your sacrum melt into your prop. Taking a few more breaths here. As you slowly bring your right knee towards the chest, bringing the left heel down on the floor. Interlace the hands on top of your shin, or if that's not available for you, you can interlace the hands behind your thigh. Making sure that the left leg is fully relaxed. And if this feels too much for you, you can either lower the prop, choose a different one, or simply come down on the floor. As the body opens, you might be able to pull your right knee even closer to your chest. Three more breaths in this pose. And then gently release. Bringing the left knee to chest, interlacing the hands, having the right leg fully relaxed. You may be able to pull the knee a bit closer. You can try. Taking 3 more breaths here. And slowly coming out of the pose, lifting the pelvis off the ground, pulling your prop away from under. Now bring the prop, whichever you choose, to your left side, straightening the legs and opening the arms to the side. Now we will come into a spinal twist, bending the right knee and placing the knee on top of your prop to twist. So you can adjust. If this is too low, you can put it up higher, or if you can go deeper, then try it. Try not to go to the full stretch. You can have your head centered or turn your head towards the right. Just make sure that your right shoulder stays planted on the ground. If you want to come deeper, you can lower your prop. Or you can completely take it away. Three more breaths here. And then Slowly roll back to center. Noticing both sides. Noticing the sensations. And then repeating on the other side. Arms by your side and left knee comes to twist. Either keep your head centered or turn your head towards the left. Making sure that the left shoulder keeps staying on the ground. You can try to come deeper by taking the blanket away. Three more breaths here. And slowly rolling back to center. Straightening the legs, arms by the side. Noticing the body. Noticing whatever comes up. Then bending both knees and having the soles, the feet touch each other. So for this practice, I recommend you to place something under the thighs, either the blocks or two pillows. And you can place the hands onto the hips, relaxing the legs, the lower back, relaxing the arms and shoulders, breathing into the inner hips. want to try to come lower or take the proper way. Making sure that your lower back stays relaxed. Three more breaths here. And just bring the hands to the outside of the thighs and gently push the legs towards each other. And then straighten the legs, coming into Shavasana, making sure you're not touching anything. Checking for the effects, the sensations. This is the perfect time and the perfect posture to integrate your practice. You can stay here as long as you like. Thank you for practicing with me.